Hello and welcome to my knife channel. Well, what I have for you today is a Marbles equal end cattleman's knife. It looks a lot like this whittler, but there's some significant differences. I mean, as you can see, the whittler is smaller in width because it tapers down. This is a split whittler here. And the other main difference is the blades are full length. So the main blade is a clip blade, and then the secondary blade is a nice spear kind of pin blade, but full length. It goes the full length of the handles here. And then you have a spay blade, which is also full length. A whittler has the main blade, kind of a drop point, and then two little pin blades. Each one is a little pin blade. And for whittling, you usually want the smaller blade so you can get into stuff. And with the smaller blade, all your power and control is right here. Whereas if you had a longer blade, you'd be basically not using that portion of it as much and maybe getting in the way. Now, I looked at it in my book, Levine's Guide to Knives, and it says the cattle knife is a heavy-duty 3-bladed pocket knife, ordinarily 3 5/8 or 3 3/4 inches long. Some are junior sizes as small as 3 1/4 inches, others as large as 4 1/2 inches, such as the Case 94s. Very few cattle knives have 4 blades, and those are the most popular with collectors. As the name suggests, the cattle knife was designed for work on and around livestock. The type seems to have been introduced in about the 1870s. Standard cattle knife has the same round end, equal end shape as equal end jack, and was probably derived from that common jackknife shape. At least 90% of the cattle knives are standard equal ends, but a few have been made in other shapes. The master blade of a cattleman knife is most often a spear blade, although many, including most case cattle knives, have a clip master blade. A few have sheepfoot master blades. The second blade is usually a spay, while the third can be a sheep's foot, a pin, or a punch. So that's pretty much what the history of it has to say. They've been around for a long time, and with these marbles, the coloring, the jigging is pretty much the same on the bone, but the coloring is darker on the whittler. And the equal end pen knife, like I said, it's got a main blade. It's like a clip blade that's about 2 1/2 inches cutting edge, about 2 3/4 overall length, or a 6 centimeter cutting edge and a 7 centimeter overall length. When I looked at this, the edge grind on this particular one, they got kind of wonky on this right here. The bevel is good, and then it gets a little bit thin, and then it gets back to normal size. This side they did a little bit better job, but they had a wider bevel all the way down, and then they narrowed it down. These knives are usually sharp out of the box, but if you want to continue to use them, I would suggest fixing any weird blade shapes like that. But, I mean, it's plenty sharp as it is. It has no problem cutting through stuff. I haven't stropped it or sharpened it or anything like that. It'll handle heavier material, no problem. It's not the sleeve board shape, as you can see, like it's equal end. This one's bigger on one end and narrower on the other. Wow, I would have thought that the big end, the sleeve board, the smaller diameter would have been at where all the blades come together on the end, but it's not. Anyway, these are equal diameter, same on both sides. And we have another blade. This is a nice little spear point kind of blade right here, just like not nice and straight, Sorry, I was all zoomed in, didn't even know it. Nice and straight blade. That's what I get for not looking at the camera. It's up above me. I can't see it. And then the other blade is a spay blade, because it's got that little slant on the end. So yeah, all in all, it's a pretty good little knife. I'll put up the specifications on it, and they don't always put the weight on these guys, so I'll go ahead and... Smoky Mountain Knife Works does a pretty good job on their specs, but sometimes they leave off the weight on some knives, and just in case this is one of those, we'll get that out of the way. 96 grams or 3.4 ounces. So yeah, all in all, a pretty good little knife here. I like the way it feels in the hand. I like the bone, the way it was done on this. Let me zoom in and look at the camera this time so I don't get off track. These ridges right here in the darkness, I took a Q-tip and some alcohol and rubbed through it, and it came off with a lot of black stuff. So whatever they polish it with, you might not notice it when you first do it. Just like these ridges right here, they looked kind of more gray than black. And that's just basically from the stuff in there. Very nicely done. Very smooth back here. No feeling of transition whatsoever. The covers are very well done. And the color matching is done well too on this. If you can see, the pile side is a little bit darker, but not by much. And yeah, it's just a great little overall knife. We have the Marbles Quality Knives stamp on it, and a Marbles Tang stamp. And then back here you've got MR298 China. So Marbles used to be made in the USA, but now they're part of Smoky Mountain Knife Works brands, and they're being manufactured in China. And they do a pretty good job of it. Pins are not sticking up. You can see how they, even though this one was right in the middle, they ramped it a little bit. So they buffed it out. It's just a good little knife. So there you go. That's the Marbles Equal-In Cattleman's knife. I don't have any cattle. I don't even have a plastic cow. Maybe I could use it on a dinosaur. Dinosaur knife. So there you go. Thank you for watching, and have a nice day.